the Auckland studio. Good morning, tēnā koe.
Kia ora.
What do you reckon about this issue of the police participating in uniform? You're opposed to them doing so. Why is that? Lay that out for us firstly.
So the police first marched in uniform in Auckland's Pride Parade in 2014, and that's also the year that the first Tactical Options Research Report was published online. These are annual statistical documents compiled by the police that cover their use of force, and from those Tactical Options Research Reports, we can pull out the demographic data about which populations are the most subject to police brutality. So in 2014, Māori were 7 times more likely than Pākehā to be the victims of police brutality. In 2015, they were 7.1 times more likely. In 2016, they were 7.4 times more likely. In 2017, they were 7.7 times more likely. So Māori are far disproportionately more likely to be the victims of police brutality. And every year that trend is getting worse and worse and worse.
So what has that got to do with the Pride Parade though?
Well, we have a fantastic opportunity with the Pride Parade because it's a huge PR exercise which the police, as we've seen, desperately wants to be able to put its branding on. If this is something which they want and they will not stop beating, shooting, tasering and pepper spraying Māori, then we have an opportunity to try to get them to materially change their behaviour.
So your argument is that participation in the Pride Parade could somehow help the police to change their attitudes towards Māori. Is that right?
If the police are so dedicated to diversity and inclusion and not being racist, then beating up Māori people less shouldn't be a particularly odious demand placed on them.
What about Māori in the police? Because it's 13-14% now, I think, those numbers roughly. So it's getting close to the proportion of Māori in Aotearoa.
I guess it comes down to...
Are they racist too?
Their actions are absolutely racist. If the question shouldn't be who is in the police, what does the police look like, is the police branding inclusive enough, do the police have a rainbow police car? The question should be, what did the police do? And we saw last year the police set attack dogs on a 12-year-old girl. The police pepper sprayed a 13-year-old sitting in the backseat of her dad's car. The police strangled a mentally ill man to death in his hospital last week. So these are all materially incidences of violence towards Māori people that should not be happening at the extreme rates that they are. And we have an opportunity to try to make the police change that. And I think it would be a shame not to do that.
So, but you're happy for them to go into the Pride Parade but just not in uniform?
It's a compromise, and I think it's a really generous one which they should have taken.
And what about the other groups like NZDF? I mean, I presume that some people will have problems with their actions over the years. Are you happy for them to be in the parade? I am not super sad to see the New Zealand Defence Force turning around and walking out of the Pride Parade in the year when we are investigating them for murdering children in Afghanistan. So who's going to be left in this parade then?
Gay people, probably. Yeah. Pride is an expression of a contradiction in our society.
What about gay people in the NZDF? Because there's plenty of those.
The NZDF has pulled out. There is no reason that gay people in the NZDF can't come to Pride, but there's no reason that the institution, the organisations that those people are a part of, needs to be represented as that institution when their actions, like those of the police, have been extremely racist and kind of revolting.
Thanks very much for your time coming up to the 8 o'clock news, so we'll leave it there. It's Emmy Rākete, who is a spokesperson for People Against Prisons Aotearoa. Tēnā tātou, kua whakarau i ka mai rāro i te tuanui o tānei whakaperiperi.